Hello, this is the Radio Geek from Radio Geek Blades, and today for you I have something a little bit different. I have what I like to call a memorial knife. Now, this memorial knife is a memorial from my father. My dad, he died when I was a teenager, and we grew up pretty poor. It was in the late 70s, early 80s. The economy was really bad. My father's field that he was in was kind of declining. He was a typewriter repairman, and everything was going electric and electronic, and he was getting a little bit older, and the economy wasn't good. So as a result, he had to end up working a lot of temporary jobs for places like Manpower, and they'd send you, Manpower is kind of like a temporary service. They send you someplace and they use you for a while, and then they say, oh, we don't need you anymore, and then they send you someplace else. So he ended up working for various different companies through Manpower and other temp places. He worked for a mattress company for a while, and I remember one time he had a job where he did nothing but unload trailers full of watermelons. Another time he drove or delivered RVs all over the country, picked them up in northern Indiana and drove them everywhere, Alabama, Mississippi, you name it, that sort of thing. And then once he got there and delivered the RV, his way back home was the bus. It was either a Greyhound or a Trailways or whatever it was back in the day, and it would take you forever to get back home because that bus would stop in every little podunk town between there and home. So he worked a lot of different jobs like that, and like I say, we didn't really have a whole lot, but my father, he never really had anything really nice for himself. He didn't have the money to really collect anything like knives and things like that. He had some pocket knives. I've got one of them here as an example here. This is just an old Imperial little pocket knife. This would be the kind of thing that he would have. He never probably ever had a new knife. He probably got this at a garage sale or something for a couple of dollars, that sort of thing. But he never really had anything nice, or he was able to collect or anything like that. So I thought that this year, this June, my father would have been 100 years old. So he was born in 1924. So I thought I would get him a worker knife, something that he would have probably carried and used, but probably something that he never would have had. And I got a slip made for it as well. I commissioned J.O. Ventures to make this slip, and I've got the wolf here on the front, and it says, I'm going to bring it up a little closer, the wolf here in the front, it says Dad, and then 1924. I had him put a lanyard and a bead on it. It's got some yellow stitching. And on the back, I've got the cow's skull and the wolf tracks here, and it's got the J.O. Ventures maker mark there too. I don't know, I just thought the wolf was kind of a good representation, where he would kind of like the lone wolf, I guess. You go out and you do what needs to be done, and I think that's the way a lot of men are. We don't say a lot about what we do. We just go out and we do it. You come home and how was your day? And it was just fine. We don't go into much detail because we don't want to relive it, I don't think. And then the back here is just the, I figured the little paw prints, the wolf track, just the path that he took and the tracks that he made to provide for us. And the knife itself is a case Stockman in the yellow Dillon material, and it just says in memory of DRD. Yeah, those were his initials, and nothing on the back. And looks like this one was made in 23. I guess it would have been kind of nice if it was 24, but that's okay. It's got the nice clip blade. This is a 75 Stockman. Big Stockman. Large. And we got the sheep foot blade there. It's a 3375 stainless steel. And typical case, it has blade rubbing. Well, that's right, I have to have this one open to get this one out because it catches on the nail neck. And then we have the spade blade SS for stainless steel as well. But I thought this was a nice worker knife that he probably would have carried, and I'm sure he would have used. And I've carried it a little bit, and I'll probably carry it from time to time. But I just thought this was a really nice representation of a working knife. And I thought the yellow was nice, and I got the stitching on the slip here to match the yellow of the knife. So anyway, thank you for indulging me in my memorial knife, and I thank you for watching. This is the Radio Geek from Radio Geek Blades.